Thank you for viewing our video for important questions to ask when finding a home care provider. We have one mission at HomeCareBasics.com: to make your life easier when dealing with all things related to home care. We have been in the industry for over 11 years, and we've seen a lot of challenges that you may be faced with. Let us help you in understanding the various challenges you may be faced with when dealing with home care. We will give you no-nonsense answers to some of the challenges and questions you may encounter when dealing with a home care provider. We will not sugarcoat our suggestions, nor will we be pushing any one provider. We will merely tell you what our experiences have taught us to help you in making the best decision for your situation. Finding a provider does not have to be a difficult task. However, you do want to take your time and make sure you are choosing the right provider for both your loved one as well as yourself. This relationship must be solid, and knowing what questions to ask when shopping for a provider can go a long way in helping make the right choice. There are not necessarily any right or wrong answers when it comes to various home care providers. Home care is all about the relationship. Trust, a must-have when dealing with a home care provider. Whether dealing with a company or a private pay caregiver, it all starts and ends with trust. If you cannot trust the individual that is taking care of your loved one, you must make a change. Now, let's get into some general ideas on what questions to ask when shopping for a home care provider. The first thing to note is how responsive are they? Did they answer your call right away? Did you have to wait to speak with the correct person? What time of day did you call? Did you try calling them after hours as well? Many home care situations require attention 24 hours a day, and not just from 8 to 5. Knowing that your provider will answer your calls any time of day is important. Next, we want to ask them to tell us a bit about their company. How long have they been in business? Are they a member of the Better Business Bureau? Where are their offices located? Do they have a physical location that you could go to if you did want to speak with someone face to face? How knowledgeable is the rep that you are speaking with? Do answers come easily, or are they fumbling around for them? You must know that the person you are dealing with is an expert and a professional. You do not want to trust the health care of a loved one to somebody that doesn't know what they are talking about. If you get the sense that they are making up answers as they go, move on. The next area of questions you want to get into is regarding licensure and the levels of care that they provide. Are they licensed? Is there even a license available in the state that they operate? Not all states have home care licenses available. You may want to know that, especially if you're planning on a long-term care policy to pay a portion of the service. Do they have a nurse on staff? Who manages the oversight of the caregivers? These are small details, but they are important ones. Would you want a professional in the home care arena overseeing the care of your loved one? That's up to you, but you would want to know ahead of time who exactly you are dealing with. Is there a contract or a certain amount of time that you have to commit to? Most providers do not lock people into certain durations, and if they do, try to find a different provider that does not. Home care needs can change on a dime. Contracts generally are not flexible. You want to try to avoid them. Next, we want to discuss how large of a staff do they employ. Are the caregivers actual employees of the company, or are they contracted individuals? If the caregiver were to get hurt while taking care of your loved one, who is responsible for paying the medical bills for that injury? These are important things to know ahead of time. If your loved one's caregiver would happen to call off on the last minute, is there enough staff to cover as a replacement? You need to deal with an organization that is large enough to handle your needs. The next question is probably one of the most important questions to ask. Can the provider give you current testimonials of clients they are working with? The answer here has to be yes, with no exceptions. If they are not keen on this idea, move on. Testimonials are critical in home care. Word of mouth is the primary networking tool for providers in the industry. Coming up with the current testimonials is not challenging for those good providers. The last question is what most would think to be one of the most important, and of course, it's probably one of the least important. Not just when it comes to home care, but overall when dealing with healthcare in general. You are not shopping home care based on price. How much does your service cost is a relevant question. However, it's not one of the most important questions. This is a personal service and you want someone you can trust and who is qualified. As long as their prices are within reason of others in the area, that is all you are looking for. Do not shop home care services based on price. You will generally get what you pay for. At the end of the day, it really comes down to one thing: trusting your own intuition. If something does not feel right when dealing with a home care provider, move on. You must be able to fully trust the organization or individual whom you are hiring. If that trust is wavering or something just doesn't feel right, move on to the next guy. There are plenty of providers out there to help. We would like to thank you for taking the time to view our video, and you can look forward to additional videos relating to home care from us in the future. We are here to help make your life just a little bit easier when dealing with all things related to home care. Should you have additional questions, feel free to visit us at homecarebasics.com. Thank you.